What's up, everybody? This is Mike, aka The Trail Seeker, and today's video is going to be a little bit different than my normal ones. No new trail to show this week. It is wintertime. I am up here in Oregon, and it looks something like this outside. So instead, I thought I would take this opportunity to touch on a couple of topics that I get a lot of questions about. What kind of camera gear I'm using, what kind of bike I'm riding. But before I even get into that stuff, I wanted to take a moment here and talk a little bit about my intentions for these videos and just kind of where I see myself in the whole mountain bike video making scene. So the most important thing about my videos is that I want to make the trail the focus. The trail is the star, not the rider. What essentially I'm doing is putting together a highlight reel of the trail. So that may mean scenery or some kind of speedy downhill section or just some cool feature that I liked. But the point is the trail is the focus. Now, I am the rider and I'm the cameraman. And so what I hope to bring in that role is really like a midline perspective. I am definitely not a beginner. I've been riding mountain bikes for many, many years, but I'm also not really an expert. I don't jump that well. I don't clear big gaps, and I skip some of the big features on trails. So I'm sure some people watched my videos and go, well, why did he skip that jump? I would have boosted over that, tail whipped it, and it would have been awesome. I get it. There's also people who probably watch my videos and go, wow, that guy's really fast. So hopefully I'm somewhere in the middle and I can just give kind of a well-rounded, almost like non-biased midline perspective or point of view for the trails that I'm riding. And that being said, I must admit there is some irony to this video that this is a video with just me in it, and it's talking about how it has nothing to do with me. So I'm in on the joke. I get it. Anyway, that being said, let's move on to what kind of camera gear I'm using. All right, so here it is. We start off with a Stuntman chest harness. Then I'm using the Evo SS wearable gimbal. And of course, this is a GoPro 7 Black. Right away, you may notice some modifications here. This gimbal is actually designed to run the camera upside down for mountain biking. The only problem is that puts this microphone right next to that gimbal motor, makes a bunch of noise and kind of blows out the audio. So I devised this way of attaching the camera to the gimbal, just using a simple zip tie, and it's worked perfect. No problems, it's in there super tight. So also on the audio side, you may notice the dead cats. These are just total DIY. I think they're fake beard material that I got at the hobby shop. They work great too. And I do run all the time the wind mode on the camera for the audio. And that seems to really help with both the motor noise and of course the wind noise. So the point of the gimbal too, I want to talk about is multi-fold. Now the first one is obvious. Everybody knows that they're made to take out shake, and they do a great job doing that. But so does Hypersmooth. That is the software-based, GoPro shake reduction aspect that this camera offers, and it does a great job. Now I run both. I run the gimbal and the Hypersmooth, and that makes them really smooth. Some people may argue that it's too smooth, that it takes away some of the gnarliness of the trail. It makes it look less steep than it actually is. And that's probably true, but the trade-off is worth it to me. I like my videos to be super duper smooth, and this achieves that. The other thing about the gimbal, which is often overlooked and maybe just as important, maybe even more important than the reduction of the shake, is the fact that it keeps the horizon in the middle of the shot. We've all seen videos where you get out of your seat and lean forward and it's looking at the dirt, and then you start to pedal and it's looking at the sky. This does keep the horizon right in the center. Again, it's a bit of a trade-off. It makes things look a little flatter than they are, but again, it is worth it to me, and that's a crucial aspect to using a gimbal. So, all right, well, let's move on to the bike. All right, here's the whip. This is my 2017 Giant Trance 2. Pretty much all stock. I have put in some Maxxis Minion tires. I run those tubeless. I have put on some Ergon grips and pedals, of course. These are just race face Chesters. Obviously, I run flats. This is an aluminum bike. It has been a great bike. I've had it for 3 years. I got no complaints. Everything has worked exactly as it ought to. Fantastic ride. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what I'm doing here, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the Trail Seeker here reminding you to go ride your bike.